Good morning.
Cardio's up to my elbow. Crushed ice in the nightclub. Light it up like
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Light it up like so. Light it up like so. When I step out, Negro. When I pop out, UFO. If rain, melee.
Good morning.
Shoot Draco or AK. Light it up like so.
Light it up
like so. Light it up.
Let's go,
like
ladies
so.
and gentlemen.
Light it up like so. When I step out, Negro.
Good morning.
Wrist, look, Coco. Pink ring, white show. Light it
up,
like
light
so.
it up.
Light it up like so. Light it up like so. Light it up like so.
A wrist, mean, like so. For God, green, Geico. A murder scene, Michael. Pretty team, that hoe. I got big rocks. I'm going big club. I fucked up big top. She gave me big top.
Hey.
What the nigga know no pop. Tell me I saw that rock. Goose tag, that my sock. Turn up them James on top. Look like 10 big rocks. I might go fuck on my side hole.
Hey.
That was on my neck, that light show. Shine in the dark, that night glow.
Good morning.
Put out sell it on white hoes. Lay out at least like the fight hoes. Ain't no IDs at the night show.
Hey.
Pack up the team on the right hole. Fucking up the team with the mic on. Fights on the team, right toe. Every band my team, right on. Real diamonds on me, no lights
Happy
on.
Friday. Light it up.
Light it up.
Light it up.
Light it up like so. Light it up. And I still drop like so. My neck, my wrist, hip low. Cardio's up to my elbow. Crushed ice in the nightclub. Light it up like so.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Like so. Light it up like so. Light it up like so. When I step back,
Hey.
when I pop out, UFO. If rain, melee. Shoot Draco or AK. Light it up like so. Light it
Happy
up
Friday.
Light it up like so. Light it up like so. When I step out, like bro. Lit, froze, roll up.
hammer
Wrist,
time.
look, Coco. Pink, ring, white show. I stop looking like a lamp. Yeah. Ice on my wrist, catch cramps.
Hey.
Yeah. All the trace under my neck.
Hey.
All the users in my dick.
Oh.
Young nigga put over the stick. You can roll out of each week. Got a blizzard, sit on my wrist.
Hey.
On a wizard, everything lit. I win the galaxy. That's a fatality. That's my chain.
I got my chain.
Boosting my stamina.
My stamina.
Ice my ring.
Ice my me.
Ice my hoes.
Ice my O.
With kilos.
With kilos.
I wipe your nose.
I wear your nose.
1,000 carats.
1,000 carats.
Hate to be staring. I just be clearing.
I just be clearing.
How you comparing?
Why you comparing?
This ain't my clearing.
This is my clearing.
My home with danger.
That all right way.
Play with them falcons.
Play with them Falcons.
Play with them falcons.
I can play with them Falcons. Hey.
Like so. Light it up. Like so. Light it up.
All right, we gotta get this show started.
Like so. Light it up.
Friday, right? It's
Like so.
Friday.
My neck, my wrist, yellow. Cardio's up to my elbow.
All right, it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. Sorry about that. You know, you got to get the energy going. All right. You all came to see the show. Buckle up. The airplane's about to take off, ladies and gentlemen. Please buckle up. Get your seatbelts on. We didn't come to play around today. You know how we do. That's right. Good morning, Ange. Good morning, everyone. I can say hi to you.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, head of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room, this is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. The algorithm turned to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. Yeah, I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, I mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and
Good morning, this morning, sir.
Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off this spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
It was.
It was
horrible.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off.
Oh my God.
It's like deja vu.
Cut it out, conservative Liz.
It's like
Cut it
deja
out.
vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, DJ, let's go to music. Let's go. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Today is Friday, January 26, 2024. We are in full swing of the 2024 election cycle. And once again, I am here live on TikTok to give you all more of what you've been looking for. Now, I see that there's questions out there. Good morning, Silver. Nice to see you. All right. There's a lot of you out there, and you're probably asking yourself, who is this guy? So let's get some of the housekeeping items taken care of. And by the way, you might want to buckle up, all right? This flight has officially taken off. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I am, hands down, the most honest person on social media, all right? I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God, all right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody on this app, nobody on social media more humble than me. Trust me, if I get it wrong, I really will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. I haven't been wrong that much lately, so you know how that goes. And by the way, just because I say something and it hurts your feelings, it doesn't mean I owe you an apology. All right? And then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly what it is, right? It is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. I know Nutty Professor can't stand it. But you know what, Nutty? You're going to have to lay there and burn too, champ. You got a lot to deal with this weekend, all right? My handsomeness and those 49ers, all right? But you know what? Who am I, right? I'm just, one of these personalities out here, all right? Now, many of you are very familiar with what we do on this side of TikTok, all right? On this side of town, all right? What we do over here is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for all their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, am I right, Ange, as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to dirty deeds and crimes, our friends on the right, they have an abundant supply of it, all right? And so with that being said, I must say this. If any of you are politically leaning on the right, or you are independent and you still support the MAGA movement in any way, shape, or form, I got to give you a bit of a heads up. You might want to leave this live because the gloves are off. The gloves are off now, all right? We're not talking nice to MAGA anymore. We're getting straight to the point, telling them the truth. So if you don't like hearing the truth, if you're lactose intolerant, that means you're allergic to facts, you might as well just go ahead and leave this live because it's about to get very uncomfortable for you, right? If you were hungry, it'll make you not have an appetite. That's just how this works. If you were happy, it'll make you sad. All right, that's just how this works, MAGA, all right? So I gave you a heads up about what's about to come. So if you're still here, that's on you. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. What? Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And now with that being said, I do have one special request. Listen, yesterday, mods, a couple of my good friends on the right were blocked yesterday from the live. Please do not block anybody from the live. Muting, I get it. And also, please do me a huge favor. If you have personal issues with other content creators on this app, I ask, for the sake of keeping this show clean and pure, you keep it outside of the kingdom. I get it. We are all toxic to a certain degree, but the show must go on. All right. Now, I don't want to have to modify powers and stuff like that. All right. But I really want folks to, especially our friends on the right, to be able to come into this live. And the MAGA demon is being tormented when it gets around Zeus, all right? And it hears all this truth, and I want to see it, all right? I really want to make sure I'm hitting my marks. And the way that I know it is when the MAGA demon starts to act up, all right? So I appreciate all that you do, but for the sake of keeping this show as exciting, entertaining, and educational, we must allow disagreements to occur in the kingdom, all right? Now, let's get back to some of the fun stuff, all right? Now, I normally have a bit of a speech queued up, and so what I want to talk about today is MAGA is still in delusion. MAGA still loves to believe lies, all right? Even if you give them the truth, they're going to still believe the lie because reality scares them. So with that being said, let's get into it. As we look around, we see a nation divided like it's never been before. People have been asking me, they come up to me and they go, Zeus, what's the reason for all of this division? All right. And I say it's because of this. The echoes of falsehood and misinformation, they continue to reverberate through our society because of Donald J. Trump, his MAGA demons, his MAGA movement, his brand, or whatever you want to call it. It is a time where we must now continue to confront the MAGA cult with an understanding that their reality is that they still believe in the lies and fabrications that are being perpetuated by those in power, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump. The concept we all know, Make America Great Again, was born out of a promise to restore what some felt was lost in the fabric of our nation. However, this promise has been tainted by a campaign of misinformation and deceit perpetuated by none other than the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Despite the overwhelming evidence and the passage of time, there are still those who continue to embrace the propaganda and falsehoods and mistruths that have become synonymous with his leadership. It is both disheartening and deeply troubling to witness the enduring influence of these falsehoods within our society. The persistence of these beliefs not only threatens the very foundation of our democracy, but also undermines the pursuit of truth and the common good. The continued belief in these lies has perpetuated a climate of division, animosity, and distrust, eroding the very values upon which our great nation was founded. And we now must ask ourselves, why do some continue to believe these lies? Why do some of Donald Trump's why do all of his supporters continue to believe these lies? We got to really think about that question. And the answer is complex, multifaceted, and it's rooted in a combination of factors, including social identity. A lot of these folks, they don't fit in, they don't belong. They're incels, all right? Especially the guys out there. I see you, Jimmy, all right? I'm glad you're back, all right? Rooted in the combination of factors, including social identity, cognitive biases, and the relentless dissemination of misinformation through various media channels. It is a challenge that requires a concerted effort to confront and address. Ladies and gentlemen, we must also reaffirm our commitment to the pursuit of truth and defend our democracy. We must hold positions of power accountable for their words and actions, and we must demand transparency and integrity in our institutions. It is only through these collective efforts that we can really hope to restore the faith and the foundational principles that bind us as a nation. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we know MAGA will not believe truth no matter what, no matter how much time passes. But we must continue to engage in the battle. This is a nasty year, it's election season. We must continue to engage in the battle despite the fact MAGA chooses to believe lies. And with that being said, join me in giving MAGA what they deserve. Our first honorable official round of booze and shame. Let's give MAGA some booze and shame because they don't have any. And we know that they don't believe the truth. They choose to believe lies because they want to do whatever it takes to smell Donald Trump's dirty diaper. Let's give them some booze and shame. They're disgusting.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
Yep.
If you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the US, if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. Speaking of continuing to believe lies, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we talked about our friend Dylan Quattrucci. All right, this is the Donald Trump supporter. This kid, this guy, he gets kicked out of a Trump event, in New Hampshire. Posts a video online about how disappointed he was that he was kicked out after he's knocked on thousands and thousands of doors. He's done so much for Donald Trump, and he was so shocked that Donald Trump had him kicked out for posting that picture of him with the Lena Haba, right? So he gets kicked out and posts a video. And I watched the video. I said, this guy, he just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand Donald Trump was single-handedly responsible for it, right? And he made an excuse. We laughed about it yesterday. But then guess what? He puts out another video. You can go watch it on my profile. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the definition of someone that is in a cult and refuses to acknowledge that they're in a cult. Now, after he got kicked out, something happened where now he's somehow back in the cult. You can see the MAGA, he got some MAGA patch. He got one of those patches like he's a general or something in the MAGA movement, right? And listen to the excuse that he gives his fans for what really happened. All right, Dylan, tell the truth.
Hey, I'm Dylan Quattrucci. I'm that guy who was kicked out of President Trump's victory party the other night after working on 2 of his New Hampshire Trump campaigns, knocking over 10,000 doors for him, making over 40,000 phone calls for him throughout the years, and doing everything I possibly could to help him get elected. But I want to clear up some of the rumors. Number one, I'm still wholeheartedly supporting President Trump because he's the only man that can save Western civilization. He built our border wall, and he's going to finish building our border wall to stop the southern invasion. He's going to build the greatest economy of all time and bring that back on track. And he's going to do peace through strength with his foreign policy to keep us safe for years to come and not bring us any new wars. But also the rumors that I'd like to clear up are, number one, President Trump did not have me removed from the event. I was invited to the event. I got an email invitation. I got a text message invitation, and members on staff told me they wanted me to be there since when I was the deputy director. I laid the groundwork, trained everyone how to knock all the doors, and really got this going. So they wanted me to celebrate and be there for it. Number two, this wasn't an accident. I saw the state director for President Trump, and then moments later, the guy standing next to him came up to me, asked if I was Dylan, told me I had to leave. Number three, this has nothing to do with me taking a photo with President Trump's rock star attorney, Alina Habba. She was there taking photos with other people. So obviously me taking a picture with her was not the reason why I got kicked out. So just wanted to clear some of these things up so you guys know where I stand. Hey, I'm
Okay. So you heard Dylan, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse his abuser. Dylan, ladies and gentlemen, is in a very abusive relationship with Donald Trump. Donald Trump kicked you out. Dylan, listen to me. Cut the crap. Dylan, you're going to make me slip up and start using profanity today. And I don't want to do that, Dylan. But cut the crap. All right? Donald Trump knows everything that's going on in his circle. All right? And if your behind got kicked out, he greenlighted it, Dylan. Now, for you to turn on your camera once again and record this statement leads me to believe that something happened after you posted your first video that got you back onto this nonsense that you were, started out on. So what I believe, Dylan, is somewhere along the line, they realized you were a big sucker for Donald Trump and that you would do anything, all right? They called you up and they gave you an offer you couldn't refuse, right? They said, Dylan, listen up. Donald Trump didn't have anything to do with it, but listen, if you want to smell his dirty diaper, all you got to do is post a video and basically deny everything you said in the first video. And they gave him a 3-point step to recovery. You heard it was 3 things, right? It was a 3-point step to recovery to get back into the Donald Trump cult, the MAGA cult. And Dylan, you fell for it like a fool. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Dylan, deranged Dylan, that's what we're going to call him, right? Deranged Dylan. All right, what he deserves. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. Snuggles, you're next. Clickbait, you're next. Jay Bear, Stacey Bear, you are all next in line, waiting for some Kool-Aid from Donald Trump. Join me in giving Dylan what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. This MAGA cult. MAGA. This MAGA cult is something else. I've never seen someone get abused like this, and within 24 hours, back on the internet, acting like it never happened. Dylan, you are definitely the example. When I say there's a sucker born every day, Dylan, I'm talking about folks that believe exactly what you believe, all right? Now, let's get on with our next topic. We don't got much time to play around with MAGA today. What happened yesterday, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it looks like Donald Trump... He went onto his social media platform, you know, nasty lie social, is that what he calls it? And he started denying that he knows E. Jean Carroll right before he goes to court today, right? Listen to what he says.
I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt. And somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff. We cannot let our country go into this abyss. This is disgraceful. You have somebody running for office. You have a woman that's financed and lied about it. She totally lied about it by Democrat operatives, like just about the biggest one there is. And she said that wasn't true. They found that she lied about it, and the judge wasn't even, I guess, letting it be put in as evidence. The whole thing is a scam. And it's a shame, and it's a disgrace to our country.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, he says he doesn't know who E. Jean Carroll is, but if you've been following his social media posts, this guy seems to have all the information about her. Didn't he break a record, 42 posts, right? 42 posts in under an hour about E. Jean Carroll. For somebody that has no clue who E. Jean Carroll is, this guy seems to have a lot of information, right? And you know, this is the stuff he wants to say. You know, he was supposed to go and testify yesterday, right? But I heard he didn't last that long. I don't know anything about why he didn't, but he didn't last that long, in court yesterday. But I believe this is what he would like to say if he's given the opportunity, but he knows that he can't say it, right? And so this, ladies and gentlemen, right here is another example of Donald Trump lying to his followers. And did you hear the part where he says we? Listen to this part. This is the part that gets me.
She is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt. And somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff.
Somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff. That part right there just once again confirmed to me that him and his supporters are in a cult. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. And MAGA, did you hear what he said? You got to help him fight this, because after all, it was also you in the department store with him when he essayed E. Jean Carroll. MAGA, everything Donald Trump does, MAGA, you're doing it with him. Stormy Daniels, you did it with him, MAGA. Those classified documents, MAGA, you did it with him. All right? That election subversion case in D.C. with Jack Smith, MAGA, that was you. The stop the steal, MAGA, that was you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve once again. An honorable round of booze and shame. All right. I see there's a lot of dissension in my comment section. I gave you all a heads up that this live is definitely rated Z, all right? And that means it's off the rails because it's going to be an unwavering amount of truth. And if you can't handle the truth, you know exactly what I said.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah. No one's forcing Donald Trump supporters to stay here in the United States of America. You know, People always ask me, well, Zeus, what do you think we can do to make this country better? And what is the answer, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, Yazzie Jazzy, right? Nice to see you, all right? What is the answer? If you really want to make America great again, do me a favor. Let's start deporting MAGA, right? Right, Jess? We should deport MAGA, all right? MAGA is single-handedly the worst of the worst. They're worse than any criminal organization I've ever. The cartel, no. MAGA is, and I'll tell you why. Because these are folks that we went to school with that know the they know the laws of this country, and they should know it better than anybody else on the face of this earth, right? This is why I get so angry and upset with MAGA. They know better. It's one thing to have an enemy outside of your house, but when you got an enemy within, I mean, you sat down at the table with these folks. You ate ribs with these folks, all right? You was at their barbecues. And then these same devils, these same demons, they stab you in the back. And they weaponize the same, the same rules of the game you've been playing by, right? They tell you the way you've been playing ain't the right way. Now it's about the way that we play. Now all of a sudden they understand the Constitution better than all of us, right? Got a guy out here, his name is Trouble, 8th grade education. He thinks he understands the Constitution better than Jack Smith, right? These folks, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them. Let's get on with it. Let's talk about President Biden. Would you like to hear something about President Biden? All right, well, this is real. Trumpworld, ladies and gentlemen, they're rattled. They're rattled by President Biden. Yeah, Crooked Joe, Sleepy Joe, right? You know why they're rattled by him, right? Because he is taunting him as the loser who only Biden has beat. Biden's not playing with Donald Trump, and neither are we. Listen up.
In every court of law that challenged the results, 60 losses in the courts of America. There's one thing they don't have. They don't have respect for the 81 million people who voted the other way.
They don't.
Voted for my candidacy. And voted to end the presidency. In their world, these Americans, including you, don't count. But that's not the real world. That's not democracy. That's not America. In America, we all count. In America, we witness the serve of all those who, in fact, participate.
Amen.
And losers are taught to concede when they lose. And he's a loser.
He's a loser. He's a loser. Tell him, Biden. Tell him, President Biden, he's a loser.
Then we all came together to put the country before ourselves. The lies that led to January 6th are part of a broader attack on the truth of America today that we all have seen before. The same movement that throughout the mob of the United States Capitol isn't just trying to rewrite history, January 6th, they're trying to erase history.
Wow, they're trying to erase history because they're all a bunch of suckers and losers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, President Joe Biden, for once again being laser focused and delivering the truth to MAGA. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in once again in giving MAGA what they deserve, especially Donald Trump, another round of booze and shame, because whether they want to believe it or not, they are a bunch of losers. They lost to President Biden before, and they'll lose to President Biden again. You were born losers, and you will die losers. Let's give them some booze and shame. They don't like me because I get out here and I tell the truth to these folks, all right? I don't even bat an eye about it no more. Ange, you know me, Ange, right? My good friend, Ange. The stuff we're saying today, ladies and gentlemen, to be quite honest with you, if I could take a moment to say it, the stuff we're saying today, we normally wouldn't say this kind of stuff, right? Because, to be quite honest, 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have said the stuff that I'm saying. That, you know what I mean? But we can't be kind anymore to MAGA, right? We can't be kind to MAGA. Why? Because the gloves are off.
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. I was very kind to him, but now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off.
Right.
The jar has been opened.
The gloves are off, MAGA, and the jar has been opened. And you opened it. What you did on January 6th, there's a sin in the Bible called, what is it? Blasphemy. That's the unforgivable one, or, against the Holy Spirit. One of the most unforgivable things that I've ever witnessed in my life that I will never, ever, and I should, because, you're supposed to, let go of it. But no, a lot of these folks still believe the lie. So until they give it up, this is one of the most unpardonable sins you could ever do in this country. You attacked our United States Capitol on behalf of Donald Trump, and then you somehow think you deserve to be afforded any kind of rights or freedom. Have you lost your mind? You know what I say to them?
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence, you MAGA demons. Yeah. You don't even, to me, as far as I'm concerned, don't even try to debate them because it's a lost cause. Just go in there and just do what Biden does. Say it and get up out of there. All right. Because it's going to roll around in their mind, but they ain't going to comprehend it because there's a comprehension issue. Right, April? Let's talk about comprehension. All right. So Texas leaders are refusing to give feds access to the Shelby Park amid a border standoff. Right. How many of you are following this border thing? Right. Top Texas officials say that they will not comply with a deadline to allow federal border agents to access a park along the Rio Grande River. The tension between the state and federal government have led some to call for the president to take control of the control of the Texas National Guard. The federal government demands its border agents to get access to the park. That is a high crossing area by today, Friday. And you know what they had on Fox News? This is what they're talking about. Let me see if I can get that thing queued up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the rhetoric we got going on, right? Let's see.
A border showdown is brewing in Eagle Pass, Texas right now. A huge hub for illegal border crossings. There's a standoff that is underway between the federal government, which wants the razor wire that Texas put in place there to protect its own state. They say it has to go. And Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will not. The Biden administration has now given him a deadline of tomorrow to allow Border Patrol access to the area. It's called Shelby Park. Essentially setting up a confrontation potentially between federal agents and the Texas National Guard.
Right. All right, so it looks like, and if you follow Donald Trump on social media, Donald Trump is actually encouraging his supporters to stand up against Joe Biden, right? The federal government, right? So MAGA, do me a favor. MAGA, listen up to Zeus, all right? Now, you know Donald Trump, that time Donald Trump invited you all to Washington, D.C., right? You remember that? January 6th? And he posted it on his social media platform, right? He said, be there, it's going to be wild. You remember this, right, MAGA? And you all went there. You remember this story, right? And what happened when you got there, right? He gave a speech to all of you, right? And I think he told you to go down to the Capitol and that he was going to be there with you, right? And then something terrible happened, right? And I think right now, a couple of you are still dealing with the consequences of that, right? So this is another one of those invitations, right? Donald Trump is saying, MAGA, he needs you now more than ever. Right? He needs you to all go down to the border, right? And again, do it. Go down to the border, pick up and help him. And Greg Abbott, defend it with your life, MAGA. Just all go there. Get in the back of those U-Hauls. All right, book those flights, those of you who can still legally fly. Drive your cars, move your families, MAGA. Donald Trump needs you at the border. All right? Trust me, go there. It's gonna be wild. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to give it to Donald Trump, right? He knows how to make sure his supporters give him their money and do some real hard time for him, right? All right. And this is what's going to end up happening. If all you Trump supporters, please do us all a huge favor. I've been saying deport MAGA for a couple of weeks now, right? What better way to get this party started than for all of you to show up at the border to defend it against President Biden on one side and the migrants coming in on the other side? Y'all so crazy. Y'all so unhinged. It's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving MAGA what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. Go to the border, MAGA. Go on. Y'all haven't figured it out, MAGA. Every time Trump invites you somewhere, something bad's gonna happen. All right, you haven't figured. y'all go to the border. Oh my God, y'all listen. And you know what they're gonna say? Get ready for the conspiracies. It was it was FBI. It was Antifa. It was Zeus. It was you, Shay. They ain't gonna realize. They don't get it, right, Mr. Nice Guy? Mr. Nice Guy, tell the truth. You know you're going to be there at the border, right? Cut it out, Mr. Nice Guy. All right, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, because, I didn't realize we were taking so much time on this. I want to make sure we at least cover a couple more topics before I open up the box. All right, well, one of the things that I like to do on this show is called MAGA or Not. Are you ready to play MAGA or Not, ladies and gentlemen? You ready? All right, let's play MAGA or Not real quick, and then we're going to open up these boxes as soon as we can. Let's play MAGA or Not, all right? And someone please invite our good friends, the Russian Bears, because, every time we get an opportunity to school them, I think we should take advantage of it, right? All right, this is a real story. An Oklahoma elementary school teacher was found smelling of alcohol and drunk in the classroom. And now there's a warrant for her arrest. Oklahoma police obtained a warrant for an elementary school teacher arrest after her co-workers noticed that she smelled of alcohol on Wednesday. Kelly Backett is a second grade teacher at Nicoma Park Elementary School in the small town of Choctaw. Her colleagues contacted the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office when they observed unusual behavior this week. A couple of teachers had noticed that this particular teacher might have been acting a little bit drunk and smelled of alcohol. So our deputies went out and checked it out, and they determined that she had indeed been drinking. The school district also confirmed that there was a suspicion of a teacher being under the influence of alcohol. As soon as officials were made aware, the teacher was removed from the classroom and law enforcement was notified. It was determined that the teacher was unfit for duty due to the reasonable suspicion of being under the influence of alcohol. Look at her face, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you know the rules, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is MAGA. Put a 2 if you think it's anything else, all right? Please, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to make a decision about this. Is this MAGA or not, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see what are the overwhelming number of responses are. What are they? Wow, most sent. Looks like it's 1, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like it's 1. See? You see MAGA? You see how this works? Americans all across the country, we can spot your behavior. You don't gotta tell us you're MAGA. We know based on how you carry yourself. Yes, I completely agree with you. This is definitely a deranged Trump supporter. And where are the Russian Bears, right? What about protecting the kids? What about the Christian? We got to do all we can to save these children. We got to stop the abortions. But look at what they do to these kids when they get them in this country, into this world. They go around them and they drink alcohol. and they think that they're qualified to teach our kids. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. Let's give this MAGA demon, Kelly Baca, what she deserves. A round of boos and shame. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, they don't like me because I get out here and I tell the truth, all right? But you know what I say.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
You can hear them in the audience.
Dirty Turkish artifact, flattened, rotten, Philip Martin,
Yeah, that's how I want them. That's exactly how I want these Trump supporters every morning. I want them to be so angry, so infuriated. But you know what? That's fine, because the best thing about it is I know what they're doing. They're doing what I asked them to do, which is sitting they special behinds down. What? And listening to this special broadcast. Uh-oh, the dogs are out. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it on, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see. Do we want to talk about Matt Gaetz? Oh, this is some tea. How many of you like some tea? All right. Matt Gaetz privately told colleagues his real motivation for Kevin McCarthy's ouster was the ethics probe. See, this is why I've been saying to MAGA, y'all don't do a good job at sticking together. You all will tell on each other the moment you get an opportunity to do it. And this is why I bring this kind of information front and center. Y'all hold lives together, but y'all really don't get along. Y'all don't really get along, MAGA. The moment we catch you doing something, you drop each other. Like that guy, Dylan. You know, I shared that video that I made of Dylan getting kicked out of the Trump thing, right? Out of the Trump event in New Hampshire. Every Trump supporter I sent it to said, oh, he's not really MAGA. He's not really MAGA. Yeah. When something bad happens to one, oh, they were never MAGA. Oh, yeah. And it's happening right here, right now. Matt Gaetz has been adamant that his move to oust former Speaker Kevin McCarthy was rooted in policy disagreements and wasn't a personal vendetta related to the congressional ethics investigation against him. In private, though, he told a different story. According to private correspondence reviewed by, and this they say is by the Daily Beast, Gaetz indicated to a friend that his effort to undercut, isolate, and ultimately remove McCarthy was indeed payback for the ethics probe. Okay, they reviewed these comments, but it is not allowed to quote from them for fear that Gaetz would be able to identify the recipient. In fact, the source who provided the communications was so nervous about retribution that the Daily Beast isn't allowed to say in what form the correspondence took place. Suffice to say, however, it is clear from the communications that Gaetz' targeting of McCarthy wasn't born out of his concern for reckless Washington spending. In the communications, Gaetz singled out McCarthy individually for reviving an ethics investigation probe against him, and he indicated that his animus towards McCarthy was over that investigation. The beleaguered Florida congressman's anger over the revived probe was so strong that he rode his resentment all the way to a history-making vote to remove McCarthy, steamrolling the majority of his GOP colleagues concerned that his vanity project would cause serious long-term damage, and he did so with signature Gaetz grin. Ladies and gentlemen, we have more evidence of what's been happening. What you see going on right now with MAGA, it isn't because they truly care about our country. It's a lot of this, you got dirt on me, I got dirt on you, and if you don't do what I say, I'm not going to do what you say do. And this is proof of it. So guess what we got to do? Join me in giving Matt Gaetz. All right, because you know what he did with those underage children, right? What he deserves. He didn't put our country first. He continues to put himself first, just like his leader, Donald J. Trump, does. Join me in giving Matt Gaetz what he deserves. Another round of what? Boos and shame. Oh! ladies and gentlemen, listen up. We're rounding the corner. All right, and we gotta talk about one more thing, and then cover our favorite topic, which is what happened on January 6th to one of those traders. All right, this is just a bit of a heads up. All right, Doc, thank you so much. Make it hurt. All right, experts say E. Jean Carroll lawyer will go for Trump's jugular. All right. This is what they're saying. When E. Jean Carroll's attorney, Roberta Kaplan, makes her closing arguments today, she will ask the jury in the high-profile defamation trial to hit Donald Trump so hard in the wallet that he will fear attacking her client once again, right? I love it. All right. All right, this is what they're saying is the opinion of a legal analyst who explained that the former president could be on the hook for tens of millions of dollars in punitive damages above the estimated $12 million reportedly being sought by the New York writer. What is the scale of this? What is the scale of compensation of damages we are looking at here is what the question was. First of all, something far more than what she was awarded last time, where the award was $5 million. Based on her SA and defamation claims from one incident in October 22. You and I both know when you tell a lie after the first time, it's far more damaging, she continued. Her lawyers are asking for $20+ million to compensate for her injuries, then 4, 5, 6 times that for punitive damages. It's not clear what they will actually ask for in terms of a specific dollar amount or multiplier. But they will say, think about it. Think about what you were told. He's worth billions and billions and billions of dollars on his brand alone. He has $400 million cash on hand. Please make it hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, and that's what's going to happen. I firmly believe before this year is up, Donald Trump will file for bankruptcy. And he will go to trial and he will be convicted. And a lot of his supporters, they will be right there with him. A lot of his supporters are going to experience the same thing. They're going to go broke and they will be sitting in prison with him. Join me in giving Donald Trump what he deserves, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of boos and shame. There's no Trump 2024. There's no Trump 2024. Stop it. There will never be a Trump 2024. I have no reason to get out here and lie to you, MAGA demons. Thank you so much, Doc. Now, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm moving on to the last and final part of the morning show, the monologue, right, that I do, and then we'll open up the boxes. But this is the part where we must discuss what happened to those insurrectionists, those traitors who decided to attack our Capitol on January 6th. And a lot of people, they don't like it when I cover it, but I'm going to cover it anyway. So if you don't like this part of the show, do me a huge favor. Leave.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. Now you come on back in 10 minutes. I should be done. All right. But I'm getting ready to go in. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we have another update from some traders out there. All right. Listen up. All right. And I get it. Listen, stop typing that Trump 2024 nonsense. Stop saying I'm lying. Everything that I'm talking about, you can go look it up yourself if you know how to read. If you can't read, really don't say anything. Just do me a favor. Sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. You don't know anything. That's your problem. You think you're smarter than you really are. That's your problem. All right? That's why you're in the comment sections and I'm right here telling you what's going on. Clearly you haven't done your homework, MAGA. And it's disgusting to see it. All right, let's talk about some MAGA demons, all right, that are now being held accountable. A brother and sister from Arizona were sentenced Wednesday after pleading guilty to felony charges related to their participation in the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6. Felicia Connell, 29 years dumb, was sentenced to 45 days in prison. Corey Connell, 28, was sentenced to 30 days in prison, both with 2 years of supervised release. They each pled guilty in November of 2023 to felony charges of obstruction of law enforcement during civil disorder and aiding and abetting. According to court documents, the Connells illegally entered the Capitol at approximately 2:25 p.m. on January 6th. After marching to the Capitol with a group of Proud Boy members. This is why we tell you you're racist. You march with these people, with whom they met up on the National Mall. Then they marched to the Capitol, chanting phrases including, "Whose streets? Our streets." And once they arrived at the Capitol, whose Capitol? Our Capitol. The Connells became some of the first rioters to trample over the toppled barricades, as the first police line was being overwhelmed, according to court documents. They then made their way through more police barricades and eventually into the lower west plaza of the Capitol, which was a restricted area. However, the DOJ noted that while members of the crowd were trying to break through the line, the Connells and some others opposed this effort, using the force of their bodies to try to push back the barriers and the officers. The Connells eventually entered the Capitol via the Senate wing door and proceeded to the crypt. They witnessed a crowd of rioters prevent police from closing a large metal barrier, which would have prevented the rioters from progressing further, but then moved on to the Capitol Visitor Center and eventually left. Corey Connell took home a United States Capitol Police riot helmet. He took a helmet home. Look at these guys, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these. Look at these traitors. According to the DOJ, and a family member later voluntarily turned it over to law enforcement at the defendant's direction. Their families had to snitch on them. When they arrived home, Felicia Connell noted the significance of the riot in posts on social media, according to the DOJ, in which she wrote in part, quote, "I never could have imagined having that much of an influence on the events that unfolded today. Dude, people were willing to follow you. You lead and everyone had my back, dude. We effing did it." Wow. This is what happens when you're in the cult. This is why I say these folks are dangerous. This is why I say they're domestic terrorists and they're pure evil. Anybody that's in MAGA, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. We're going to wrap this show up and then open up those boxes. But before we do, join me in giving the Connells, the con artist Connells, the traitor Connells what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. To do since they've been sentenced, let's send them out the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Well, let me just say I'm not going to spend too much time on Donald Trump's cognitive disorders. He tried to say that Nikki Haley did not allow the National Guard to come, but it was Nancy Pelosi. It was nobody. It was Donald Trump. He knows, and you know, that Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, and I begged for hours for the National Guard to come. He knows that we don't have the authority to bring the National Guard. The president does. Sad to say for the District of Columbia, because every other state, the governor has that power.
You heard that? You heard what Donald Trump said to you traitors? And get this, you know why I do what I do? Because there's nothing you could say to make me feel sorry for you. Because at the end of the day, I know exactly what you do. Am I right, Boss Diva? These folks, ladies and gentlemen, they wake up every day and they listen to a man who puts a bird's nest on his head, paints himself orange, all right, puts on some adult diapers and soils them, all right, and gets onto his social media platform and spreads lies. This is what they do. They listen to a clown, and then they get on social media and try to pretend like they are victims. Absolutely not, MAGA. You heard what he said. He immediately summoned the National Guards on your special behinds. This is after he sent you the invitation, you know, be there. It's going to be wild. Stop the steal. He set your behinds up. You sold all you had to meet him in Washington, D.C. He even got you there and told you this. I'm going to go to the Capitol and I'll be right there with you. And like some plumb dumb fools, you believed him. You still believe him. Now you're sitting in a jail cell. This guy's flying around on private jets, eating some good food. Food you wouldn't be able to eat for a while. Because they don't serve it while you're in prison. They don't serve that stuff. You don't get good steaks and like that. You understand, MAGA? He played you like a fiddle. And you still worship this man's dirty diaper. You disgust me. You heard him. You heard Nancy Pelosi. Who should have summoned the National Guard? Donald Trump. End of discussion. I don't want to hear another debate on TikTok ever about who should have had the National Guard there. She said her and Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer, they begged Donald Trump for the National Guard to show up, and he didn't. Dereliction of duty. Donald Trump is a traitor, ladies and gentlemen, and he doesn't deserve to ever be president again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, that concludes the first part of the broadcast. Let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, you know the rules. 3 minutes. Keep it clean. All right, and listen. Like I said at the top of the show, please do not mute please do not block opposition, all right? I need to read what they are saying, all right, ladies and gentlemen? I need to read what they're saying. Don't keep the fun to yourselves, all right? And I can handle any kind of accusations or lies they got to say about Zeus, all right? Because it's not me, it's them. It's them. And you know what I say? Why is my thing not working, all right? Like I've been saying, ladies and gentlemen, every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession, all right? And I do mean that with the utmost respect, all right? All right, I think we're good to go, all right? Wait, what did you say? Everything you say, wait a second. You see this darkness to light? Everything y'all say is yourself. Darkness to light? Do you have a problem with anything that I've said? Okay, by all means, you're free to correct what I'm saying. Just put it in the chat, darkness to light. All right, but right now, you're not darkness to light. You're darkness to more darkness. All right, change your name. All right, and I'm being nice to you. I'm being real nice to you because I could be very mean. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Who? The beautiful Cece. How are you doing, Cece?
Prime Minister of... Oops. Good morning, handsome. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, CC. How are you?
Well, I just had to bust out laughing because the orange melting slime ball ran out of court.
Is that the dog back there saying he wants some of the action? What's up, DJ?
Every time I get on alive, this is what they do to me.
Oh, okay. Well,
The,
that
the
means you're loved.
yeah, the little slime ball ran out of court this morning. Did you see
Really?
that?
No, really.
Oh yeah.
See what happened?
As soon as the club, he wanted to be there. He wanted to show himself. He didn't have to be. And as soon as the closing arguments began, he ran.
Wow.
So yeah, he's gone.
He's a runner. Is that what they say out here?
He's a
these
track
TikTok things?
star.
He's been running all his life, right? I bet you they told him how much he's gonna have to pay. He has a good idea of what's gonna happen, right?
She's looking for 10 million plus, buddy.
Woo!
And they're also saying that there's two episodes that took place that she's going after him for.
Oh.
I don't know the specifics. Well, we know that, he did the defamation. We know that. That's what is that, the second or the third defamation? I mean, you can't keep up with Donald. He's got so many crimes going on and so many things going on. We just can't keep up anymore.
Right.
And you know what I love? What I love is when I look down here in your comments and people don't like you.
They don't like me?
People don't like you, but they're here. They're here watching.
CC, you always make me laugh because that is funny, huh? Because they know this is the only place they can really be, allowed to sit here and get a dose of this truth, right?
They go and look, Zeus.
Talk to them.
They just love you, honey. They can't resist. They really can't. And then when I go to these other lives, well, you know what I do. When I see your name come up, it's like, okay, Zeus has got to know. It is amazing at the different lives I go to that your name is brought up. And I'm like, wow, Zeus, he's popular. You're well known, bro. You're all over the place. Listen at these. But yeah, I just want to let you know that you're loved out there.
You're loved too, Cece. We're all loved because what we do is bring truth with love over here. You know that. There's nothing really tricky about that.
And they hate the truth. That's what irritates me more than anything.
Tell them, Cece.
You bring the truth. Others bring the truth. They can't handle it. They just can't handle it. They're losing it.
They're losing it.
And you're loved, and I love it that everybody follows you. Every live they go to, your name comes up. And just trust and believe, buddy.
Thank you, Cece.
I got your back, bro.
All right. And you've been doing your part to make sure we hold those Russian bears accountable, right?
Oh, absolutely. And every time I go into a live, Tata runs.
Cece! You're doing good. You're doing God's work, Cece.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love you. You're the best.
You're the best too. All right, keep up the good work. Don't let up. All right. Yes.
One more thing. How about them Ravens? Oh, did you hear the dogs?
Bye, Cece.
Go Ravens!
Ladies and gentlemen, Cece has left the building. I love Cece. I love her, but between her and her friend Nutty, something's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, if you talk to these folks, tell them don't do that when they come in the kingdom. They got to keep it clean, right? They really do, all right? All right, let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Speaking of Nutty, Dark Nutty, going on. What's going on, champ?
What's good?
Oh.
What's up?
Listen. Listen, it's Friday. It's Friday. Just can you at least just stay
It's
on?
Friday.
on
You ain't got to do. How you gonna get
yeah.
fired on your day off?
Stimulate your mind, Craig. Stimulate your
So
mind.
listen. Donald Trump, he's getting to the edge of putting too much color on his persons. Even the races are gonna start dropping him.
Really?
He's putting too much orange on, and they don't. The races, they don't like color. So
Right.
he keeps it up. Even the races are going to start going against them, and that's bad when
Right.
you don't when races don't like you and you're translucent. So
Right.
anyway, did you see his little minion who got kicked out of the event, and he was whining and complaining and crying because I
Absolutely.
do more for
Dylan.
Trump than anybody. But yet,
Yes.
what he did, I wish I could shake his dumb hands because
What's
I'd be like,
that?
my guy, what you just did, you helped the judge out because Miss Haba, now he knows Miss Haba lied to him, and
Right?
he can be held in contempt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
He posted 2 videos. Did you see both of them?
oh, I did. Yeah. And now he's like, oh, I want to clear the record. I want people to know I'm still MAGA. Like, bro, shut up. Shut up.
Oh my God! He's gonna claim MAGA until he takes his last breath. Right? That's what they do.
Listen, man, I don't know what it's going to take for these people, but they're truly showing that they don't care about the country.
No.
Like,
MAGA. Yeah.
forget about political parties because we all can agree. Even we can agree with Republicans. Political parties suck.
Right.
Both of them need to go. We need ranked choice voting. We need a better system. But until we can get out of this whatever we're in, I'm voting Democratic all the way
Tell him, Nutty.
because we just don't have time. We can't risk what few rights we still have left. We can't risk anymore. And look at our sisters out there. Our sisters are suffering because a bunch of white men, mostly white men, decided that, oh, we can tell you how to deal with your body better than you can and your doctors can tell you.
Same.
So
A bunch of hypocrites.
yeah, so we need to hang on to what few rights we have left. We need to get them their rights back because if we don't fight and stand up for them as well, then they're going to leave us hanging when it's us because ultimately it will be us.
Yeah.
It will be
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. No lies detected. Nutty is not lying, all right? And this is why I believe this election is probably going to be one of the most consequential elections. And they say that all the time, right? But this one is definitely, I would say, one of the most unique ones I've experienced.
Well, so
Just by
what
sheer
other
amount of
election?
huh?
What other election have we ever had when we've had so much turmoil? I mean, we
Ah,
can even go back to World War II. I mean, we were pulled into World War II because we wanted to stay neutral.
yeah.
We wanted to stay neutral, and because of our neutrality, we got pulled into World War II. So, what other election have we had where we've been so polarized and so divided? There has been none. So that's why you're
Yeah.
right. This is the most consequential election we've ever had.
Tell them. Tell them. No lies detected. No lies detected. And that's why we're going to continue to stand up against all the lies and misinformation. Right? They say Barack Obama was the most divisive.
So, what was divisive about Barack Obama wearing a tan suit?
Don't bring that tan suit up, Nutty. You know they can't
I
handle it.
mean, listen, again, you can argue Barack Obama's policies. That's fine. That's fair. And that's up for debate. But how was he divisive other than his tan suit?
MAGA, please explain it. They don't have
Like,
any answers, Nutty.
we know y'all have an issue with color, and maybe he should have stayed with dark blue. I don't know. But he shouldn't have
Yeah.
worn a tan suit. Maybe he was trying to be too white. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't get them. I don't get them.
Yeah.
When we can rid ourselves of Donald Trump
There you go.
and the
Obama
MAGA
right there.
followers,
Yeah.
yeah, Can I just hear your tag? I mean, you do it the best. I
What
need to
tag?
hear your stay silent MAGA demons. That is I I just get
Uh,
a boost of
you
energy when
like?
I hear that.
Silence! You never
You like that one?
See, that's God Himself coming down and
Oh my
saying
God.
that to all you MAGAs. So just take a
Yeah.
listen. Just stay silent. And I tell you what, we don't
We're
have
gonna
to
do it.
fake a robocall. We don't have to fake a robocall to get you not to vote. We'll just tell you, MAGA, the election is postponed until next year.
Bingo.
It's postponed until
Don't.
next year, so you don't have to go out and vote. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll start campaigning in November,
Tell them.
so you can go vote next November. So stay at home. You don't have
All
to
right.
go vote, and that way
Tell
you
them,
don't have to
Duddy.
worry about people trying to steal an election, right?
All right. Well, listen
So
up, Duddy.
CC had it best. Go Ravens and go Lions.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I knew he was gonna do it. They always do it. They always do it.
Donald Trump is here tonight. Now I know that he's taken some flack lately,
Tell him, Obama.
but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter.
Thank you. Right.
Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
You know Obama got underneath Trump's thin skin with that one. Thank you, Barack Hussein Obama. All right, good morning, Brother Swerve. How are you doing, my good friend?
Hey, good morning, Zeus. I was out yesterday. I was out not chasing clout, and I'm
Oh,
not gonna be upset because I was working on a special project.
oh,
And that
what
special
project?
project was between the Ohio Food Bank and the Columbus, Ohio's Women's Shelter. And
Okay,
believe me,
okay.
we went out there yesterday and we worked in some heat and we did a little bit of swelter.
Oh my God. Well, that's good news, my brother. Thank
And so
you. You were out there working like that?
yeah, I volunteered my time. I'm going over to the VA later this afternoon to volunteer my time over at the Columbus, Ohio VA
All
out
right.
on James Road. So if anybody wants to come and say hi to me, feel free. I
You're
will
gonna go
be.
live?
No, I won't. I can't go live while I'm inside the VA.
Okay.
That I cannot do. They will not allow that. And just like I couldn't go live yesterday because I was working with women of domestic violence,
Okay, I
and
understand. Yeah.
I can't film them. But
Right, right, right.
I really don't even brag about that stuff because it's just not who I am. I don't care to brag about it. But I
Right.
was I was very pleased. I'm going back next Wednesday. I got a colonoscopy, and once I'm recovered from that, which will be just a few hours, on Thursday of next week, I'm going back also
Right.
to work with them. So I'm looking forward to it. I had a really good time. I met some incredibly interesting people, and it was a good time. But
Yeah.
so
Well,
I
that's
want.
good, my brother.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you,
And
sir.
thank you for the update. It's always a pleasure, to know that folks are out there and they're doing good things like that to help give back, right, to
Doing
those less
doing the
fortunate,
work.
right?
Doing the work.
Amen.
Uh,
Amen.
so I wanted to say this to MAGA, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, Zeus, when we had to sanitize the box after one of them dirty MAGA demons made their way in here.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna say it again. The
Go ahead.
path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is
Tell them.
he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the
Amen.
finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who would attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know My name is the Lord. I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Tell him swerving.
So if you watch Pulp Fiction, you know what that's all about, and it sort of
Oh, yeah.
fits this occasion. Because I
Yeah.
want to talk about dumb, deranged, dip-ass Dylan. This
Oh,
fool
get
got
him.
kicked out of a MAGA concert,
Get him.
and after he got treated the way he was, he turned around and resorted right back to MAGA. Now, who else do we know has done it? Oh, Rudy Giuliani has done the
Tell
same
him,
thing.
Swerve.
Rudy
Tell him.
Palooty has done the same thing. He resorted back to MAGA immediately when he was found guilty and still claims that he has all this evidence, which he cannot produce.
Right.
Donald Trump is the exact same way. He's still running around talking about how the election was stolen, and he's got all this evidence, which he still has not produced for anyone. And,
Nope.
And now E. Jean Carroll's case is being handed over to the jury here in a little bit, and he's going to end up owing more money. Why? Because he can't keep his dumb mouth shut.
Bingo.
And so MAGA, here's what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna drop down, Zeus. I appreciate you allowing me the extra time.
Yeah, no problem.
MAGA, I'm going to keep talking about you. I'm going to keep talking about the Russian bears. I have infiltrated your spaces. You will never know what my name is. You're not going to see Swervin pop up in there. You're not even going to know who I am. But I have infiltrated your spaces.
Oh.
I know who you are. I want you to talk about Swervin.
Oh.
I want you to know that Swervin knows you are talking about him. I want you to know that when you talk about Swervin, you are talking about Swervin and Zeus and Shay and Takesha and April and other members of the kingdom because you are scared.
Oh.
And you'll never admit that, but we see the fear. We can hear it in your voices. So I want you to talk about Swervin. I triple dog dare you to talk about Swervin. Because when you talk about the devil and he appears, you won't have a damn thing to say. And anytime you all want, I can go live on my own page and I will triple dog dare any single one of you maggots, you Russian bears, any single one of you I triple dog dare you to come to my live. And I triple dog dare you to have the ovarian fortitude, the testicular fortitude, or the intestinal fortitude to get into the box with me and have an actual debate. Because that's how confident I am in my knowledge.
Tell him, Swerve.
So if you ever want to try me, I promise you, you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. So try me, MAGA. Try me. And Zeus, with that, I'm gonna say good morning to the kingdom. Good morning to my friends and family down in the chat. Thank you for allowing me the additional time. I didn't mean to nutty up the live.
You did nutty it up quite a bit, but
I know
the message that needed to
but
get out.
I appreciate you, Zeus. I appreciate the kingdom. I appreciate you allowing me to have a voice in the kingdom. And MAGA, try me. Zeus, you be good. You be safe, brother, and doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
HVAC. All right, you too. You
Take
too,
care,
Brother
everyone.
Swerve, and I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend, Brother Swerve. One of the bad boys in the kingdom.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Get out of the box, MAGA! You heard what Swerve said, and you're talking about him. He wants you. Yeah, keep our names in your minds because it's definitely a sign that you fear us. I didn't think of it that way, Swerve, but you're absolutely right. You're spot on. All right, who do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? I Love Turtles. Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
All right, this is
Good,
our
how are
first
you?
time doing business, right?
No, we've done it before.
Well, so let me ask the questions then, and then we'll go from there because I don't know who you are, Mr. I Love Turtles.
Oh, you will. but just don't kick me this time.
Oh, okay. Well, are you gonna behave? Because I have no problem dropping
Yeah,
folks that don't know how to follow the format of the show. All right.
yeah, I will.
So I get it. You're a MAGA demon. What's up? What brings you to the show this morning?
Well, I don't know. I thought it was really funny how Mr. Clean was tough talking us from a Toyota Prius. But anyway,
Who's Mr. Clean?
Swerve. He kicks me from
Oh,
lives all the time.
okay. I get what's going on. Okay, I get what's going on.
No, let's
So
talk about politics. That was a
you're feeling a certain type of way.
no. I was actually laughing my ass off because a guy who looks like he suffers from diabetes is threatening other people.
Right. So let's get back to you. Right.
Yeah, let's do that.
How are you feeling? A lot of times when I talk with you, you sound, very angry. You sound disgruntled. You sound frustrated. And for the life of me, I don't get why folks that don't like what we're saying continue to come into our lives and talk to us. Can you make it make sense to Zeus?
I will. I don't do this for money like you do. I do it to I do it to reach your comment section with actual truth and logic and facts.
Okay, so you believe I've lied about something, correct?
Well, you have in the past. And then when I prove you wrong, I get booted.
Well, what is one thing you would say I've lied about?
Well, let's start with the Infrastructure Act.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. So off a COVID recession, we need what? New Wi-Fi, even though we just got 5G. We need charging stations for vehicles that are 1% electric on the road.
I mean,
that's
those
a great
sound
investment.
like good things. That sounds like pretty good things to me, right? I mean, turns out people get employed when you start building networks and infrastructure, right? That helps people get
I know,
jobs,
right? Seeing as majority of the steel is going to come from China, who's the mass producer.
Speaking of China, let me ask you a question.
The copper comes from South America.
Speaking of China, you remember that report that came out about Trump getting paid from China, right? Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that's a Democrat report, correct?
Well, I do remember the DoD breakdown of Wuhan and how they had the material and they had the money, our money, and it wasn't them, though, even though scientists were the ones who reported it out of Wuhan. But anyways, go on.
Okay, great. So what do you think about Trump getting paid from China? Will you tell your friends today that that was unethical for him to do, especially because, there's these Russian bears that I've been hanging out with, and they keep excusing Donald Trump's bad behavior. But I'm hoping today, since you're being so honest, that you can do that.
Yeah, I will. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I would understand if you got to beg for more money at a McDonald's job for minimum wage. You wouldn't understand simple business economics from an international mogul. He has businesses in other countries.
Right. But he got paid while he was president, and that's illegal, right? That's
No,
not
he didn't,
really
he didn't get paid
thing.
when he was president because he would have been impeached. That would have been an easy go-to. They wouldn't have had to beg 2 times for Mueller to come up with a failed
Well, let me
investigation.
ask you this. Oh, great.
You don't want to address that? Are we moving on?
Well, because you're not being honest, and so
No, that's honesty.
No. I believe
He doesn't get paid from other countries being an international businessman?
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
The question isn't did he get paid or not. The question is why was he getting paid from China when you've been making such a big deal?
Because he's an international businessman.
That doesn't mean it's okay. He was president. Wasn't he supposed to divest from the business?
He doesn't create jobs as an independent businessman. He doesn't stimulate an economy. He doesn't write legislation or executive orders.
Turtle, listen up. He got on national television and said he's not going to be in business anymore. He's turning it over to his children, right? You remember this. So why are you?
No, I don't follow him as much as you guys do, the liberals.
Oh, okay.
You guys know the last time he took a shit, but
oh, see, there you go. You didn't keep it clean, Turtle. But listen, your time's up, all right? And
I know you got dog walks. Wear your leash proudly. Say hi to Swerve for me.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him what he deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, I know he's one of Zeus's biggest fans, right? But he's a Zeus hater. Like I said, Turtle, it's very concerning, sir, what you do. You're not right. We can't have a conversation with you. You can't stay on topic, and you dance around the subject. I call it the MAGA shuffle. And as far as I'm concerned, you didn't convince me of a single thing, sir. You just didn't. But thank you for coming in the box and revealing just how poorly educated you really are, right? Ladies and gentlemen, all throughout this app, I've done this. I ran across these folks, and they swear up and down they are right. All right, and then you could hear it right there. He had no answers for any of the questions that I asked him. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, and you know what they do? They resort to name calling, and I call it sign language. All right, same insults, guilt, and the need to be right. They have no substance. Good morning, attacking. How are you doing?
I'm good, Zeus. I want to use your memory. I'm going to say one word, and I want you to give me 3 names. Liar.
Donald Trump. Or that was one word. Trump. How about that?
Well, I'm talking about off the app. Liars. Off the app.
MAGA?
Janae, Stacy.
Well, you said one word. Okay, you are saying one word,
right,
and then I'm going to. Okay, go for it. Do
That's
it again.
okay. It's my bad. I'm 65 years old. I'm as old as dirt. From Janae.
Yes.
She says I'm 800 years old. Yeah.
Add turtle to
She
that.
says I'm 800 years old, but that means that she's 450 years old. So what's the difference? So again, the word liar. Do you know I came into Day's live, we go Day. And when I walked in there, Sphincter Girl was talking about me. Do you know how they tell us they don't talk about us?
Yeah, they do. They said we push hate and we talk about them all the time.
Right. And yet I go into Day's live and she's talking about me, which I find funny, which I don't really give a fuck.
She's obsessed with you.
I just find it funny. But the thing is this.
Love you.
Didn't she say that she's 5'0" several times? 5'0" means
J Bear?
Yeah, Janae said that she's part of 5'0".
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you meant she was saying she's 50, but you're saying law enforcement. Yeah, she said that she's 5'0".
Right.
Her brother works with an alphabet agency.
Mm-hmm.
She's done some work in helping children.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, and she's married, happily married.
Yeah. So anyway, she's mocking me or calling me a snitch because I called the judge about Elena Haba.
Right.
Now, to me, if a lawyer is lying to the judge and the judge doesn't know about it, as a good American citizen, I should, or anybody else should, call the judge and say, hey, Your Honor, you're being fooled by an attorney that is in front of you right now, and they're lying to you to extend the time period of a case that they're trying to put forth.
Right.
So, being part of 5'0", wouldn't you want a American citizen to inform law enforcement agencies of possible wrongdoing and lying to the court system?
Absolutely. That's your right as a citizen, right?
Exactly. So, and it's kind of funny that she did that. Plus, also, do you know that she's posting pictures with some guy again in Days Live that Joe Biden's a P3DO, and yeah, with a fake picture that has been shown that it's fake of Joe Biden at the beach with some topless girl.
I'm disappointed in J Bear.
And isn't she a Christian who says that she never lies?
Yeah, she does say that.
Right. So, I mean, all these things that she does, in my thought process, I was a born again Christian. I was, baptized in God's blood. But the thing is this, when you lie and you're caught lying and you say you don't lie, basically she's just Donald Trump with a smaller microphallus.
Wow. This is J Bear, ladies and gentlemen. This is her reputation. Her reputation precedes her.
Yeah, so I of course had to make a video of her lying, so like I always do.
You posted the video?
Oh, of course I did.
Okay. Well, listen, we're definitely gonna have to go there and witness what she said. But at this point, there's nothing MAGA can say that surprises me.
Right.
Nothing. Because I know where it comes from.
Right. And I just want to say one other thing.
They embarrass themselves every time they talk to me.
I may be old as dirt, but Janae, Sphincter Girl, you are dirt.
Wow.
I'm gonna go down into the cheap seats and listen to you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Attacking. What a bad boy!
like a bloody food. If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, hey!
I told you we got some bad boys in the kingdom. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, to be quite honest, like I said, I don't argue with MAGA anymore. You saw that last loser that got in my box. I could have gave him the business, but you know what? I said, you know what? He only gets 3 minutes to reveal himself to be what he is, a plumb dumb fool. Mr. Turtle, I'm going to actually put you in the same category as that other guy named Trouble. Mr. Turtle, I can tell you only have probably a 6th grade education. I actually think Trouble was smarter than you, Mr. Turtle, because, I get it now. Turtles are slow. I get it. These folks come up with some of the most ridiculous names on this app to try to present themselves as something that they're not. All right, you're going to argue with Zeus about what? Cut it out. Oh my God. Speaking of MAGA demons, ladies and gentlemen, listen, what a treat today. We're getting all of them.
What's up, player?
Yeah. What's going on? Clickbait?
What's up?
Yeah. You got something you want to air out to the kingdom? Clickbait?
No, not
I
actually.
see.
I just came in. I just came in to laugh again.
You always come in. You always come in to talk to me.
I'm taking a little lunch break. I could pop in to get a good laugh out of you.
What did you get for lunch, Clickbait? I don't believe you're eating lunch. Show us what you're eating for lunch.
Yeah,
Show
I just
us,
ate lunch.
please. Oh, you don't have it anymore. What did you have?
What's it matter what I had?
I mean, because you're so wealthy. I want to know what millionaires eat.
I had a turkey sub, plain, nothing on
it. Who made it? Does
Jersey
anyone
Mike's.
believe? Oh, okay. Did you have anything to drink?
Yes.
What did you have to drink?
It's called sparkling ice. Sparkling ice, black raspberry.
Oh, okay. Well, listen up. I do have a question, politics related. Are you planning on heading to the border today?
Well, I was going to catch a ride with you because I know you're on your way.
Oh, I'm not going there. I'm not mad.
Yeah, you sent me a DM and you say, "Hey, Clickbait, do you want to take a ride with me to Texas?" I was like, "Nah, not really." But I told you to stay out of trouble, Zeus. Stay out of trouble.
Wow.
You said you was going to dress in your red MAGA hat, and go there and cause disruption. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Right.
You was at January 6th. I seen you in a video.
Right. So let's get back to you going. So I take it you're not going. Why don't you just say
No,
you're
I don't
not
go to shit
going?
like that.
Oh, okay.
You go there.
Okay. So let me ask one more question. Have you actually thought about why you still support Donald Trump? Have you really given it some thought?
My man, I support the Republican Party. Whoever.
But Donald Trump's he's part of the Republican Party.
That's how life goes. If he's the nominee, I'm voting for him. If DeSantis is the nominee, I'm voting for him. If it's Nikki Haley, I'm voting for her.
But aren't you concerned about his conduct in any way?
No, because if you're concerned about his conduct, you should be concerned about all congressmen and all presidents' conduct. They all suck.
Okay, so conduct doesn't matter.
No, I vote party, dude. I don't vote person.
Okay, so will you take back the things you've been saying about Fonnie Willis then? Because conduct doesn't matter.
No, I don't care what she does either. I mean, she's doing illegal, she's doing illegal stuff. She'll get, if she's caught, she'll get busted. That's the way it goes.
She's not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, she's spending taxpayers' money going on lavish vacations with her boyfriend that has no RICO case. Nothing. He's never even done a RICO case, and she brought him in to be the head guy.
So you've already seen this thing go to trial and her be convicted of doing that or held accountable of doing that?
No, but what I'm telling you is true.
Oh, so you're just talking about accusations, right?
Yeah, she's not saying it's not true. She said, "Oh, they're only going after him because he's black." That's what she said.
Is she required to say anything?
Yes, absolutely.
When someone accuses you of something?
Yes. You've seen the video. You've seen the video where she said there will be no fraternization in when I will be not dating any subordinates whatsoever. And there she is. She's doing it.
Right. People say a lot of things, right?
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you. You got to call
they say it doesn't. But if they say it doesn't make it true though, because you're saying she has to respond to accusations, right? And what if she responds?
I'm just saying, call balls and strikes. You don't
Did you
call
watch
balls and
her?
strikes.
Did you watch her response while she was in church?
Yeah, she
She
pulled the
said
race
so.
card.
She's
She pulled the
okay.
race card.
So she
A-
responded. She said it's
Anybody,
because
hold on.
she said because she's a black woman.
Anybody
They're
that pulls a race card
scrutinizing
is
her.
guilty. Anybody that pulls a race card is automatically guilty.
Okay, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Clickbait is guilty then, ladies and gentlemen. Hey! Your time's up, clickbait. And you're guilty. Clickbait, you survived 3 minutes, all right, but you're dead wrong as usual. Anyone that plays the race card, they're not guilty. As a matter of fact, you know what I do. I keep the race card right here on standby. Clickbait, just for folks like yourself, and I can play it whenever I want. I can play it, but you better not. Oh, MAGA is still here today, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we do what we do. Okay, all right. Look at this. MAGA really is feeling great today. Conservative Democrat. What do you got for Zeus today? This is a rare treat. What do you got?
Hello?
Yes.
How you doing today, Zeus?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm okay.
What brings you to the kingdom? I've sent 2 of you back already.
Well, this is the first time you invited me up in over 6 months. I didn't think you were going to do it.
Well, there's a first time for everything, conservative Democrat. By the way, why haven't you changed your name? Call yourself conservative MAGA or a MAGA conservative. You should drop the Democrat part because I don't think there's much Democrat about you.
Why do you sweat me for what I identify as?
Well, what do you identify as? I'm confused.
I'm a conservative Democrat.
Who did you vote for in 2016?
I wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders.
But who did you vote for?
I didn't vote for anybody.
Okay, what about 2020?
I voted for Joe Biden.
Oh, okay. And who are you voting for in 2024 then? Let's just keep this going.
I'm voting for Trump. Make America great again.
You said you're going to vote for Trump?
Oh, yeah.
And what part of Trump's record attracts you the most to him? Because you know he has a stellar record of success, right? A stellar record of success.
The country was an affordable place to live with no threat of war.
Oh, so that part right there.
That's part of it.
What do you think about how he handled the pandemic? I ask a lot of Trump supporters this. If you had to give him a grade on, how he handled the pandemic, like you're in school, you get an A or F, what would you give Trump?
I think he did an all right job. What more do you think he could have done, Zeus?
A or F or in between? What would you give him for the way that he handled the pandemic?
I'd give him a B.
Okay, and why not an A?
Well, he did take a little bit of time to respond.
What do you think he did a good thing with Operation Warp Speed?
Sure.
Did you get the vaccine?
No.
So why wouldn't you get it if you thought it was a good thing?
Are you vaccinated, Zeus?
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
10 toes down.
I'm sorry.
So I'm seeing inconsistencies in your logic. So you are aware that when Trump left, the economy wasn't really in a good spot, right?
How so?
Because the nation was shut down. States all over the country, we shut down. We had to put masks on. You remember that?
The only thing that shut down was people's jobs. Everybody had the same money or more than.
Well. I'm only bringing that up, Mister. Honestly, because you said he did a good job with the economy, but it seems like you just don't remember that part where the pandemic happened and folks lost their jobs. There's businesses that are gone forever because of this guy.
They lost their jobs because they wasn't essential.
No, I said jobs and businesses. A lot of businesses went under. They're not back anymore. You know that, right? And that's because of the way that he mismanaged the pandemic. And then one more question, right? You said he did such a good. Why do you think Donald Trump, if he did such a good job, didn't get reelected?
It's not going to be that easy, Zeus.
I mean, I'm just curious. There's no wrong answer.
I know what you're trying to do.
Well, listen, I guess we'll talk about it later.
Oh, in the closet of truth?
Yeah, if I go in the closet of truth, we can have a more in-depth discussion about it. But I just want to know if Donald Trump did such a great job, how on earth did he lose to President Biden? I don't get it. But we'll talk about it next time. All right?
Anyone who believes that man got 80 million votes has got mental issues.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Mr. Conservative Democrat. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this show is definitely taking a turn. All right, Mr. Conservative Democrat, we got to give him what he deserves. All right. Here we go.
Silence! You never demon!
We're having. Is everything okay out there in Magaville? We're having a lot of unusual people visit us today. Good morning, London. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Is this our first time doing business?
No.
Who is this?
I don't know. If I keep talking, maybe you'll learn.
Oh, the Russian.
Yeah, I got summoned in here because good old attacking was talking about me and spreading lies.
What was he saying?
Once again.
What was he saying, Jay Bear? Honestly,
It's
I don't
funny.
remember.
It's funny, Zeus. I asked you to come up and do a one-on-one, and your little bitch ass ran. And then when attacking heard what I was talking about,
Wait a second. Wait a second. Now,
Day was asking me a question.
Hold on, Jay.
Day was asking me a question.
I forgot to do that. I was so thrown off.
You're interrupting me.
Wait a second.
You're interrupting me.
Well, listen, don't worry, but I'm going to need you to keep it clean, all right? Listen. We run
sorry.
a real tight operation over here.
Forgot.
I need you to keep it clean,
I
all
forgot.
right? Now, please continue. I know.
Okay.
I know my handsomeness
I don't come
is
here
overwhelming.
anymore, not. Trust me. Anyway, I was talking to Day in the live attacking. He asked me what I wanted to go over, and I was explaining to him your video. You happen to be so freaking creepy. Come into the live and think I was talking about you.
But why does this bother
that.
you?
We don't
Why does
do
this
that.
bother you?
Because we don't do that, Zeus.
You
We don't care
do.
about you guys.
You do.
We could give a rat's behind. See, I was good. I didn't cuss.
Yeah, I know, but Janae,
you
we've
guys.
been down this. We've been down this road, Janae.
Then
you
show
do
me.
care.
Then prove it to me. Prove it to me. Prove that we talk about you all the time. Please do.
I've heard people come into the live, Jay Bear. Are you listening? A lot of people that you and I know have been telling me.
Yeah, they're gonna lie to you. They worship the ground you walk on.
So what do you want? What kind of proof would you say is something
what
you
I'd
would
like
believe?
what I'd like to do is go into.
How about this? Has anybody in the audience? Hold on, let me pause it. Has anybody in the audience heard Jay Bear talking about us?
Of course, they're all going to say yes. I have not. No. We do not talk about you, Zeus. You are the furthest thing from our brain.
Oh, fact still matters, and this is an upstanding citizen. Never lied. Okay. I've never seen him lie one time. Okay. Jay Bear, you're lying once again.
You can feel how you want, and that's okay. The good news is God knows, and I know. So it all is what it is.
I know
I'm not
God
gonna throw
knows.
Your ass under the bus under the bus right now, but I could. But I'm not going to. So if you want to have a discussion with me,
Janae,
we can do
you have to start telling the truth.
We can have a closet of truth.
I know we can, and maybe I will have a closet of truth. But for
me.
right now,
go ahead and invite me.
I run this, all right? You just relax for a quick second, all right? I need you. Can you do me a favor to just be honest and admit what's really going on inside of you?
What's going on inside of me? What's going on inside of me? From what you say, I'm not married. I'm not happily married.
You asked me a question.
Okay, what's going on inside of me then, Zeus? Since you know me so well, what is it?
Thank you. One, definitely jungle fever, right?
Go on. What else?
All right. There's also a bit of an identity crisis going on, right? Without Donald Trump, you don't know who you are. Number two.
Okay.
You've gone off the path of righteousness, and now you're going down that wide path that leads to destruction.
Okay.
Your soul is on the line.
What else?
God's talking to you, Janae.
What else?
Those are the 3 things I need you to focus on, all right? And you lie a lot.
What else is?
We got to save it for the closet. But I think that's enough for you to work on. Seriously.
I'm not working on any of those because those are all lies.
You got a serious problem.
What's my problem?
Those things that I just
What's
listed.
my problem? What's the biggest
Now,
problem?
I got to move it on,
Just
Janae.
tell me what my biggest problem is, and I'll see if I can go work on that
the
for
denial, the denial, the lies. Start there, all right?
Do me a favor. Stop running. When I want a one-on-one with you, why don't you come on in today's live and let's do that?
Okay, I might do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Jay Bear. MAGA is out. Sorry, Mom. I don't know what happened today, Mom. I really don't. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't know what happened today. These MAGA demons are out today. Aren't y'all supposed to be in Texas at the border at that event Donald Trump told you to show up to? Jesus Christ. All right, let's get some order back in the kingdom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up my good friend Shay. Sorry, Shay. Sorry, that was quite a doozy, wasn't it?
What the hell is going on in the kingdom this morning?
I mean, I think
MAGA turned up. MAGA is turned up. What the hell?
What have y'all been doing when I haven't been paying attention to this app? Because they are upset today.
They are so upset. I tell you. I tell you, they are so mad. They hate this broadcast. They hate this broadcast so badly. And, you know, of course she gets told, you know, so they've got their friends in here, right? Reporting back, you know, because they don't have their own platforms, right? They don't have a room where they can hang out and enjoy and laugh with each other like we do every evening in DJ's live, you know, and in here as well, obviously. And so it's just like they're just desperate and they just, you know, and so Danger has now decided to do these lives, but it's not a fun place to be. It's not a place of joy or laughter or any of that. And so they just don't have a large group of friends where they can have such camaraderie. And they know that they're losing. They know that Donald Trump is losing. It was interesting because I was in Danger's live last night, and it actually was a really good live. We actually really, really talked about immigration and what's going on.
Right.
And there was a MAGA supporter in there, and she said, "Listen, Donald Trump is going to lose. He's going to lose. I mean, because there's so much hatred against him. There's so much anti-Trump out there, and there's nothing he can do to fix it. Nothing." And I was listening to her, and she said, "I'm still going to vote for him, but I'm telling you, he's not going to win. It's a bad situation that's going on." And I'm like, okay, you know? No
lies detected.
No lies detected. And it was interesting. I'm seeing that more and more. And so, yeah, that's what's going on. And conservative Democrat, you did not vote for Joe Biden and then sit there and go, "How did that man get 80 million votes?" I mean, you're such a fucking liar.
Tell him, Shay.
He's such a liar. I wanted to vote for Bernie. You can't go from Bernie to MAGA. What's wrong with you? That doesn't make any sense. So, and I'll leave Jay Bear alone. That's just a walk-in problem. But you know, and so I need to bleach out my box here. My goodness.
We had a series of demons, right? Just come up in the box and spread that nastiness around.
Yeah, it's nasty. I'm like, wow. And Turtle, woo, yeah, he's still he's still mad at Swerving because Swerving got to him.
Oh, there's more to this. All right.
Yeah, Swerving, when he used to do a lot of his lives, he just yeah.
All right, so Jack the Piper.
He didn't like any of that stuff. So anyway, enough about MAGA. You're losing. We know it, and you're losing your mind. So we'll go on from that. So did you hear about Alina Habba? So we heard that Trump walked out in the middle of the closing arguments from the attorney Roberta Kaplan, right? So,
I think Cece was telling me that.
Yeah,
I don't know all the details.
He literally gets up in her closing arguments and walks out the door like he's such a baby.
Wow.
Why did you get up and put a suit on and go to court just to walk out? Like, he just can't handle. He cannot handle being, thrown under the bus. Basically, he can't handle facing criticism. He's such a narcissist and a baby. But Alina Habba was actually threatened by Judge Kaplan to throw her in lockup.
Oh, really?
Today, because she kept not knowing how to submit evidence at all. Like, she's such a dummy. Like, this is, why do y'all want him back in office? The man can't even get a good attorney.
Right.
He doesn't know how to pick good people. And any of the good people that he had, they just leave him. They can't work with him.
Yeah.
Like Tacopina left because he's like, I had to follow my compass,
Yeah.
Your moral compass. Yeah, we get that.
Yeah.
He's like, no. And so he literally threatened to throw her in lockup because she has no clue what she's doing. This whole thing probably wouldn't even have happened had she checked the box of trial by judge.
Right.
But instead he got a trial by jury. So the jury of his peers can held him liable for SA and defamation of E.G.
And so we're blaming Trump's legal team for him being in this situation on top of Trump, right?
Well, of course it's his fault, but he doesn't have a good legal defense. And did you hear that DeSantis told that Florida, I think it was I forget who it was, but it was a woman that wanted Florida's taxpayer money to $5 million to fund his legal defense.
Really?
And DeSantis said no. He shut that down really quick.
Thank God. No, don't use taxpayers' money.
And he's upset because Nikki Haley, he's having to use money to go after Nikki Haley. If she was out of the race, he could use the money for Joe Biden, right?
Right.
So, and here's the other thing, this whole thing in Texas, I'll end with this. So, you've got all these states, now 24 states backing, Greg Abbott and this whole thing. All Trump has to do is federalize the National Guards. That's all he has to do. It's
Trump has to do?
It's a press of a button, basically, or a little signing of a... So you 24 governors and you do your little whatevers and you decide you want to send your little National Guards down there and you do your little thing. All Joe Biden has to do is federalize all your National Guard, and they just now work for Joe Biden.
Wow, that's why. Oh my God!
That's all.
Don't tell them that, Shay. These are constitutional experts in here.
Well,
all right.
Well, I just laugh because it's just showboating. It's the red state showboating, and in all of that. And Joe Biden knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly how this is going to play out. This is not the only time a president and a governor went after each other. This is a typical situation that's going on. So let's see if the Republicans will actually pass a comprehensive bipartisan Senate bill for the border. And if they don't, then you'll know. And Gavin Newsom, somebody can play his speech. He nailed it on the head about what's going on with the Republican Party. They don't want to fix the border. And I actually talked to Jammin' Lou and all of that. And he's like, no, I'm pissed off. I'm like, yeah, y'all should be very angry right now.
We've been telling
at your own party for not wanting to fix the border.
Bingo.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, I've taken enough time, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. No, and you meant Joe Biden will federalize the National Guard.
That's all he has to do. It's that simple, and the whole thing's over. So.
All right.
It's all little puff chest up. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. All right, love you guys. Bye.
All right, love you too, ladies and gentlemen. Hey! One of the bad mamma jammers in the kingdom. Let's go. Oh my God. Okay, I think I understand what's going on. All right, brother, Swerve, you're back. I think there's more context to this story.
I just wanted to come up and say thank you to Shay for those kind words. So you have turtles out there. I have never booted turtles from a live. We have met up in other people's lives where the host has booted him. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I've never had him in my live. Second,
got it.
Another name that he goes by is like fried eggs or something like that. And just recognizing the voice. So Turtles, I'll tell you this. I'll make this challenge to you, and I would love for Shay to be there as a historian.
Yeah.
Zeus, when you end your broadcast, I will go live on my platform, and I triple dog dare Turtles or Fried Eggs, whatever account he wants to come in under. I
Bring all your
dog dare
accounts
you to show up, and we can talk one-on-one. Okay? Because everything that Zeus asked you, you never answered a question. All you did was deflect and pivot. With the pivoting moves you have, you should be out there on the court with LeBron James every night. Okay? But I can promise you, I know Zeus has a time to keep, and he has a time frame that he's trying to stay under. And so I know he's not going to engage in that kind of nonsense. Believe me, I don't have nothing to do. So when Zeus ends his broadcast, you boot-licking, taint-sniffing sycophant, I dare you to come into my live. And I will dog walk you with a 6-foot leash, actually a 4-foot leash, and you can wear it proudly. Okay, so if you want to do that, you come and do it. Clickbait, I'll do the same thing to you. Or Trick Babe, I'll do the same thing to you. Janae, I'll do the same thing to you. Stacy, I'll do the same thing to you. I'm not going to come up into a live where all y'all are doing is screaming and yelling over each other. Because I promise you, that crap doesn't go on in my lives. So if anybody wants to come and talk to me one-on-one, I have all the time in the world. I triple dog dare you to do it. You never come to me. You want me to come to your lives where all y'all do is just yell over each other and attack people. No, come to my live. Let's have a one-on-one. I'll show you what a debate is all about. And I will dog walk each and every single one of you on my hoverboard with a 4-foot leash, and then you can go home crying to mama. So bring it. Zeus, when you end your broadcast, I am going live.
I'm going to be there.
And I triple dog dare any single one of them to come over to my live. Jay Bear, Stacy Bear, Struggles, MOD, Sin. I will triple dog dare any Turtles or Fried Eggs, whatever you want to go by.
It's
I
over,
triple
MAGA.
dog dare any single freaking one of you to come talk to me one-on-one, and I will put you in your place. And you know where your place is? It's well below me. That's where I'm gonna put you. Zeus, I'm done.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Get on with the affairs of the kingdom.
I will.
To you maggots, come try me. And I'll show you what life is all about. And Shay, I would love for you to be there. As soon as he sends his broadcast, I'm going live.
Oh my God. Well, thank you, Brother Swerve.
So bring it, maggots.
Thank you, Swerve.
Zeus. I appreciate the second go around, brother. Thank you.
All right. No lies detected! Yeah, Swerve said going over there, all you Russian bears and turtles, whatever you want to be, just go on over there. I'll be right there. I'll be right there with you, right? That was what we call a fatality, right?
Fatality.
Thank you, Brother Swerve. All right, we got a couple of more, and then we got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is what an interesting show. Who do we got right here? Jesus Christ. Woo! Yandri.
Yes,
greetings.
sir. Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing business? I'm all right. Is our first time doing business?
Yes, sir.
All right. I got to ask you some questions, and how you answer them determines your fate in the kingdom. All right?
All right, let's go.
First question. The 2020 election, do you think President Biden stole it?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
I'm not done with this.
Silence, clickbait. You don't tell Zeus what to do. I'll tell you what to do. Next question. January 6th. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol?
Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump. All right, last and final question. Do you think President Biden or Hillary Clinton are guilty of any crime?
Nope.
All right. No lies detected. All right. Yandri. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
And I got something to say, brother.
All right, go ahead and say it.
These Republicans cry so hard about immigrants. It's so funny because it's all they have to talk about. These clowns are like, oh, well, they're doing this, they're doing that. Yeah, well, maybe it's because you Republicans started a war with them, and then you're blaming them for it.
Bingo.
And it's like, how ignorant you have to be. I mean, Republicans cry about Dr. Martin Luther King's speeches, saying that he's a Marxist. He's a
that's them.
Grow
Victims.
up. Legitimately, grow up, Republicans. Grow up. Act like adults. Wait, no, you're not adults. You're children who cry about everything. Get over it. Go cry to your mama, because none of us over here that vote blue because we're smart and we're not complete morons.
Right.
Are doing it right. So cry, Republicans. You can cry all you want. We don't give a crap.
We don't.
Peace. Zeus, you're amazing, my dude. I'm going to keep coming to your lives because you're awesome.
Thank you so
much. Have a
much,
great one,
my
brother.
good friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Yonde. No less. The MAGA stayed trying to be a victim. And like I said in my platform, MAGA is never going to be allowed to be victims. You can sit there and spam the chat with all of the demonic forces you can conjure up. Clickbait, trickbait, nasty bait, turtle, J-Bear. You can do all of that all you want to. But you're never going to be a winner. You were born losers and you will die losers. All right? And I have no problem sleeping at night, right, DJ? We have no problem sleeping at night after we send MAGA straight to the bottom of hell. Oh my God, Valerie! Oh my God, you are all so amazing. All right, let's bring up one more panelist, and then I got to get up out of here. So sorry I can't get to all of you. I mean, and then I'm going to go Swerve, if you go live, send us an invite, please. Martin, good morning. How are you doing?
Good, sir.
I'm all right. All right, welcome to the show. Is this our first time talking?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, wow, what an interesting show today. Wow, all right, a lot of interesting things. All right, well, I got to ask you questions, and how you answer them determines your fate in the kingdom. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
First question. Was the 2020 presidential election, was that stolen by President Biden?
Negative.
All right. Next question. January 6th, the attack on the Capitol. Who would you say is responsible for that?
Trump and the coat.
Good answers. Last and final question. Do you think President Biden or Hillary Clinton are guilty of any crimes?
No, sir.
All right. Truth is getting out there. All right. Well, what brings you to the kingdom this bright and early, my good friend?
I just want to tell all the MAGA supporters, have you seen that episode of the 70s show where Michael Kelsey's talking to Lori and all he sees is what he wants?
I could barely hear you. There's a lot of noise in the background.
Okay. Have you seen that episode of the 70s shows where Michael Kelsey's talking to Lori and all he sees is all he wants?
Like I can't say I have. That I never got into that show. Please continue.
Yeah, he's talking to her and he's like, "Hey, Lori," and she's like, "Michael, I want you now. Take me." And that's the MAGA. All they see is what Trump says. They don't see nothing else, and they're just blind by it.
Yeah.
And, actually, I'm here in the valley.
Okay.
I'm away. I'm like 5 to 10 minutes away from the border. 3 points of entry. 3 points of entry. And I heard another TikToker say that there's 10 million of illegals coming through here.
Right.
And this city is not that big, and we would definitely have seen that. Many people here.
You would have seen it, right? So you believe that they're lying about that
and
amount, right?
Every year or every election about this time, it always the same thing. It always happens at Eagle Pass, that National Army, I can't remember the name, and Arizona. It always on those crossing points. Not over here, like, I don't know what they're talking about, but we would definitely see 10 million people here in the valley.
Yeah, they're making it up, and they don't even want to actually solve the problem, right? They just want to keep it there so that they have something to complain about. You know, we get it. They're trying everything they can to help Donald Trump become president again, but it's not going to work. The American people see right through it, right?
And to all those people that said that we were better under Trump, and that's a lie. I'm a permanent resident, been permanent resident for several years, and I never struggle.
Right.
If you want it, you gotta go get it. You know.
Bingo. Get off of your couches and stop watching Fox News and get out here and get a job.
It's only those white people, MAGA Republic, that suffer, can't feed the family. I feel for everybody, but if you really want it, you gotta go get it. So it's all up to you.
Yep. Tell them, Martin. Tell them. No lies detected.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless you.
All right, I will and I shall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to our good friend Martin. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this special broadcast. All right, and it is now time to officially land the airplane. It has been an exciting, educational, and entertaining show with all of you, and I really, really do truly appreciate all of you. Where did my comment section go? Oh my. Yeah, comments. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't see the comments, so I had to, relaunch the live. I don't know. Does anyone else have that problem? Oh my God. All right. But yeah, let's wrap up this show up. First of all, you know what we got to do. First of all, thank you to all of you who stayed here and participated in this show. We had a couple of interesting characters join, and they did a good job trying to get me to get outside of, my character as host, but we didn't fall for it. We know what MAGA is doing. They're just looking for any way they can to squeeze a victory out in 2024. And we're not going to let them, right? So you all deserve a round of applause. You do. For my subscribers, we had a couple of new ones. For my gifters, for my moderators, and my panelists, you all deserve a round of applause. We're still building something with this platform, so that's amazing that we get to share this experience together, right? And then one last round of booze and shame. All right, and you know who we got to give it to? The Zeus haters, the kingdom haters, folks that don't like the fact that we go live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, and share the truth with everyone so that they can really know what's going on. They hate it. But they're a bunch of Zeus haters, a bunch of kingdom haters. They're my critics. They're my detractors. And they definitely deserve this. Another round of booze and shame. You're traitors too. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now free to take off your seatbelts and get off of the airplane, all right? I hope you enjoy the rest of your morning and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. I'll see you next time. You survived, Jimmy. See you, DJ. Let's go. If I didn't get to you today, I am very sorry, but I do gotta run. Let's go.
This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus.
Love your shade, love you too.
Cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like
Swerve. I can't wait to see them show up and get a dose.
I'm flyer than an eagle and got red on me.
Great live, you like that one? Well, thank you. I worked real hard.
If you living like
thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for the TGIF. Daydream. I see you.
Around with you, you fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Nicks all
Garmin. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Let's go.
Time to let loose with the truth.
California love.
I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth.
Player hating on the God, boy, you're
such a douche.
I tried to be patient, but you had to
let me fuse.
Listen, I'm watching you.
Like a mongoose.
I gotta add you. You know how we do.
I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome. That's why they call me Zeus.
Later, Jimmy.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus.
Dark icy lady, thank you.
When I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm
good job, man.
I like to act.
That's right. Keep serving clickbait those blueberries. Yeah, you and Jess. You are all awesome. Real.
Like Zeus, thunder in the sky like you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm burning down the roof.
Hey.
You say you wanted facts, well I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment, now I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game,
alright,
so don't play me like a fool. If you can't see
it,
even though I'm hot. People telling me be cool.
Let's go.
Hey.
Looking
like a goof.
Hey.
Time to let loose with the truth. ahead, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth.
Hey.
Playing hating on the gods,
You're such a douche. Let's go.
Try to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. Catching all these hits like a
Oh yeah, she definitely had jungle fever.
I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome. That's why I call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus.
What a show!
With my move when I'm
and a wild show today, I must say.
You cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like you rep like Zeus.
Here we go.
I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus.
I just want to buy 11,700
Great crown.
gloves.
Right.
Which is one more than we have.
Right.
Now mine on the beat.
Reggie, you know what we gotta do, Reggie, my man. Let's go. The gloves are off. They are. We're not backing down. Let's go, Namaste. Let's go.
He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson.
All right, Swerve.
Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Hey,
it's Zeus.
Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
All right. And you know what? It's time to drop the bomb. You know what we got to do? We got to drop the bomb before the show ends. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Oh, yes. You click on the link tree in my bio if you want to go. Wow, we hit the goal. If you want to access my music or the merchandise or whatever I'm into, just click in my bio, all right? And feel free to use the music in any of your videos you post on TikTok. It's actually kind of a cool thing to do. Just tag me when you do. All right, now let me do it again.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't